Betting.
Look at this, Reese.
There shall be
We got the
bidding.
lights. The lights are on in the barn. Ryan, good job.
Lights are off. Lights are on.
Much better. Much better. Look, welcome back to the barn session. We have lights.
Well, you got a new camera?
Look, I can do it too. Hang on. There we go. Oh,
What's
he doing?
There it is. You see it? Little lamp.
Okay. All right.
Little lamp action.
Don't move your camera again, Ryan.
My bad.
Everything turned gray. Okay. Business today is handing out some awards. Last year we handed out end of the NCAA season awards. We called them Seshys.
The Barn Seshys.
So it's a work in progress for a name, maybe, but
What?
No, it's not.
Yeah, why would
it's
you
a great
change the
name.
Yeah,
It's a great name.
Don't listen to Sammy.
Yeah,
It's a great name.
he just wavers on things. He is
I'm so uncertain.
so uncertain.
I should be more certain.
He's gone. We lost him. Oh,
And
he's back.
All right.
How'd you do that?
Yeah, what happened?
Black magic.
Okay. So I think we should start with the awards, and if we want to talk about some current events, we can throw those in at the end. Or just not talk about them today. It's up to you guys.
Awards
time. The first award is Mr. Clutch, and this goes to the wrestler this year that showed up in the moment when it mattered the most, whether it was a match in a duel where you needed to score bonus points to win, or it was just a match where everybody counted them out and they showed up and got the job done. So our three nominees for this category are Terrell Barraclaw, Stephen Buchanan, and Wyatt Henderson.
Reese, what do you think about that, Reese?
about those nominations?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you have anyone you'd like to add?
Any that I would like to add? I think. No, not really. I can't really think of anybody.
But people, if you're listening and you think we missed any on any of these categories, feel free to let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
We have open ears.
We're dumb.
And yeah, probably missed somebody for something. So, okay. I think there's two ways you can look at this. There's the dual perspective, and then there's just the one moment that happened at the very end of the season that blew the roof off the arena in Philadelphia. And there's
What moment could that be?
Could be Wyatt Henderson getting a takedown on an Olympic champion, and
Oh yeah,
To ice it.
changing the course of history as we know it. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys want to do here?
You know where I want to go.
I know where you want to go. Reese, what do you think?
It's got to be Wyatt. I don't even remember the other nominees.
The other two were Barraclaw. And Barraclaw had some great moments this year where he was down late and he needed to score, and he got the job done. And Stephen Buchanan showed up for Iowa in duels in big moments.
So the thing about Barraclaw, though, is he also got clutched on by
Minto.
Mm-hmm.
He did. Yes, he did.
So,
that did happen.
If you're going to be Mr. Clutch, you can't be letting people Mr. Clutch you.
Look, he's on both sides of the clutch. Sometimes you clutch, sometimes you get clutched.
McAnally. He probably should be a nominee.
McAnally could be with that match against Plot.
And he only lost. Oh, he lost twice in overtime, but he had several overtime wins.
Yeah.
It's true.
The other nominee was Stephen Buchanan, and his was basically for the Nebraska duel.
That was clutch.
In part, yeah.
So the Nebraska duel and the win over AJ Ferrari was clutch.
The Ferrari ride out was
dude. The
hard.
Ferrari ride out,
super clutch.
I think we got to give it to Wyatt though.
Yeah.
All right.
It's pretty simple. It's pretty obvious. It's Wyatt Hendrickson, Mr. Clutch.
Congratulations, Wyatt Hendrickson. And here, listen to this, folks. If you know these people, or if you can be in contact with them, or if any of these people are listening to the episode themselves, reach out to us and we'll get you something. I don't know yet. We don't have anything. We don't even have
a t-shirt. Or maybe a knick-knack.
We'll work on it. Then maybe this is what gets us over the line. I don't know. We'll
candy.
See.
Give them candy.
Maybe.
I like candy.
They'll remember that.
All right. Next category it's the red hot red shirt category. This is for those guys who basically they shot their stock up and they put on a performance this year and they didn't even burn any eligibility. So our 4 candidates here are Aiden Sinclair. Maybe it really should only be 3, but I have on here Rocco Welsh, Aiden Sinclair, Cody Merrill, and Angelo Ferrari. Rocco Welsh is basically right where he should be, but he might have increased his monetary value. I don't know. So
you guys sound funny.
Huh?
Do I sound funny?
No.
Sammy, you sound funny.
Just Sammy?
Really?
Well, let me
Reese,
hear
do
you
I sound funny?
Sammy sounds totally fine to me.
Okay.
I say you just suck it up and
now.
What? Talk.
What the? Huh?
Talk. I'm here. Hello.
What the?
Poor guy.
Do you want to pause? Do you want to pause?
Oh, no.
We're going to pause. We'll be right back. We're back. So as a reminder, the 4 candidates are Rocco Welsh, Aiden Sinclair, Cody Merrill, and Angelo Ferrari.
Why is Rocco Welsh on there?
I don't know. I was just trying to. At first, I couldn't. I only had Angelo on there, and then I was like, "Well, Welsh was talked about, and he was in a red shirt this year, so I'll throw him on there." And then I remembered Sinclair and Merrill. So honestly, I don't know if Welsh should be on there at all. But the other
Welsh, you're on there. You're basically on there because you were a red hot topic of late.
Because you felt like you needed to be home.
Does anybody do a red shirt report anymore? Any news sources do red shirt reports anymore?
That's a great question. I haven't really seen one.
Wrestle a lot these days?
I don't think.
Cody Merrill, how was his red shirt season?
He had like the soldier salute, and that was really it. Because Cerber wrestled like pretty much all of the duels.
Yeah.
And I think with kind of the reduction in tournaments, probably.
Put Davino in there?
Oh, Davino.
We're going to replace Rocco Welsh with Ben Davino.
There you go.
Good job, we go. Reese. Look at you go, Reese. Otherwise, I was going to get called out for that one.
Why don't you take a look at my name there? And it all makes sense.
The brain. Reese is the brain today.
I'm the brain today, tomorrow, from here until eternity.
All right. So this one is also probably pretty obvious. You might have some bias if you think about a specific team, but it's Angelo Ferrari.
Has to be.
He's going to be the number 2 guy at 184 entering next year. Arguably could be the number 1, but he didn't wrestle a full season, and Max McAnally took 3rd, only losing to Parker Kekeisen. So yeah, Angelo Ferrari, congratulations. If you want a t-shirt, if you want candy from Reese,
well, Reese, I gotta get him candy.
You mentioned it.
We're all getting him candy.
We're all going to get you a little bit of candy. We'll get you some, I don't know, whatever you want.
If you're a candy guy.
Everyone loves Nerds clusters. Just get
those are 5.
Those are the hot stuff these days. That's not
right, and rightly so.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
Yeah,
I'm a chocolate guy personally, but I love those things.
Okay, I'm gonna pull up my other laptop real quick because it's got the quote unquote official definitions for these categories, and I want to make sure I give the proper definition for this upcoming one because our 3rd award goes to the Junkyard Dawg, presented to the wrestler who nobody wants to wrestle, an athlete that embodies the dog you stay clear and far from.
I gave 2 nominations for this one. My nominations
Jesse Mendez and Mitchell Messenbrink.
Those were yours?
and Lucas Bird, including
Okay.
yours.
Yep. I had Mitchell
put a
Messerink
fourth.
or Lucas Bird.
I put a fourth on there. I don't know.
I really wanted to put Brock Hardy on there too.
No.
He's not a dog though. He's
No,
more
there should be like a
But he is.
storm.
But he is.
there should be one like the Brock Hardy wrestling is fun category. Maybe in the future.
He's a tornado.
He's still around. Huh?
He's a tornado. He's a storm.
He's a storm. Okay, so I think those are the three because the fourth one on here is Hunter Garvin. That doesn't really make sense.
That doesn't make. He's also a tornado.
Yes. I was thinking about just people who throw everything at you. Kitchen sink. So
Van Ness, maybe.
I was like
Dog or
you don't want
tornado.
to wrestle somebody. Parker Keckeisen.
It's pretty obvious, guys. It's pretty obvious who it is.
It's Messenbrink.
It's got to be Mitchell
What?
Messenbrink.
Mitchell, not Jesse Mendez.
Dude,
No.
people, it's like this, Reese. It's like, Mendez is beatable, but Messenbrink is damn near unbeatable.
That's not what this category is. This category is
It's-
Junkyard Dog. It's not who's the best.
Yeah, listen,
Who's
guys don't
got the
want to
biggest
wrestle.
dog.
Guys don't like to wrestle Messenbrink though. They straight up don't like to wrestle Messenbrink.
I think both.
Oh.
I think it's true for both,
Mikey
and I think it's
Caliendo doesn't
more
like-
true for Messenbrink.
I think
What?
guys like Brock Hardy and Bo Bartlett love wrestling Jesse Mendez.
Vance Von Bar.
I doubt it.
Vance Von Bar.
Highly doubt it.
I bet they love it, especially
Well,
Bo.
bet
I know
they
Bo loves
don't.
it. Yeah, well, I just watched your brain get a little bit smaller there, Reese.
All right. Well, it's not what you said
Yeah.
over text, is it?
Oh,
well,
yeah. Yeah, the
Yeah.
text when I had these fingers crossed and Sammy can.
Oh, what a surprise! Fraud,
A little bit of manipulation.
manipulation. I call it like I didn't see that one coming.
All right. Junkyard Dog, in my mind, does go to Mitchell Messenbrink.
And mine.
Reese. All right.
So
Congratulations,
does Mitchell not get it last year because he lost?
I mean, our nominees last year were Keckeisen, Mendez, Swiderski, and Henson, and the winner was
Messerbrink
Mendez.
didn't even get the. How did he not get? How did he go from not being nominated to winning the award?
Because he got that dog in him this year, Reese. I don't know what to tell
Yeah.
you. Look, if you watch Jesse Mendez or Mitchell Messenbrink this year, you saw
He wrestled exactly the same that he did last year.
it just seemed like people were less interested in actually wrestling a match with him. It really did.
I mean,
The exact same?
How
He's
many-
definitely evolved. He is
he's evolved.
definitely evolved.
He didn't have. He had no Dean Hamidi, no Keegan O'Toole, no David Carr.
That's not his fault.
That's not my point.
The
Just
point is saying that he didn't
so-
necessarily evolve, but his competition worsened.
Yes,
I think both are true.
I mean, look at his matches with Mikey Caliendo. So what do you have to say about that?
I think Mikey got better.
I think it kind of felt like he was wrestling down to Mikey's level.
I think
Is
Mitchell
what I-
knew that I needed a tech fall there because I had money on the line, and he got it for me. That's what I think. Or it wasn't a tech fall. It was a disqualification.
Against
Was
who?
it Stalls?
No.
Oh, no. It was one stall call that resulted in a tech fall. That's what it was. Sorry. Oops. My bad.
No, I think. Look, I think it's going to be the case moving forward. Is just it's not fun to wrestle the pace that Mitchell Messenbrink wrestles.
That was just like last year. I mean, there was no difference between. I mean,
I didn't seem as effective last year as it did this year.
as a
and
There's only
he lost
there was
one
only-
match to a David Carr.
yeah, but
Right,
he was
but the-
down
but the-
9-2
the
to
difference-
Dean Hamidi.
The difference in results of like his
He-
matches.
Wait,
Yeah, I mean he had a
you don't think
what,
he
was like
dogged Dean Hamidi? You don't think that was dog?
look.
I mean, you're down
He's-
9-2 and
I
you
can't-
had a great comeback, but
I can't speak on our nominees from last year or why we appointed them and why we didn't include Mitchell
Yeah,
Messenbrink.
Reese.
Honestly,
quit trying
It
to
wouldn't have been
quit trying to retroactively nominate Mitchell Messenbrink for last year.
I'm not trying to retro. I'm trying to.
he's trying to use last
I'm
year's
trying
nominees
to-
to justify not having.
Why
Messenbrink
didn't we
win
have
this
him
year.
last year? Maybe
Quit talking
maybe
about
because
old
last
shit.
year he wasn't. we didn't consider him a dog because he's not really a Junkyard Dog.
Yeah, he is.
He's more of
What-
a Brock Hardy type. He's not a
Huh?
he's not a brawler. He's not like a. I mean, he's not a. I mean, you don't see people like
People
all
don't like to
bloodied
wrestle him,
and
Reese.
bruised.
All right, here you go. Ready, Reese? Ready? Jordan Burroughs does not like to wrestle Mitchell. Did not like to wrestle Mitchell Messenbrink. Did not like that match. He did not like wrestling in that match. He was not having fun. People don't like to
It
wrestle.
had nothing to do with his.
That's
taste.
Dog. That's people don't like to mess around with Junkyard Dogs. People don't like to mess around with Mitchell Messenbrink.
Mm,
I mean, he still.
it also, but also with this,
And I don't think it was because Mitchell was Junkyard Dogging him. I think it's because he was doing extracurricular stuff off the mat or off out of the circle.
I don't think I think you can include
Or
that in
between
terms of
ripples.
thinking about this is having those
it's
those
mind
types
games.
of antics. But also, I don't think Jesse Mendez. Jesse Mendez didn't feel like the same animal this year as it was last year, in my mind.
Well, just what about the tournament? I mean, was he
The
not?
NCAA tournament, he looked good. He looked good, but I mean, his very close match with Vance Von Bar, his loss at Big Tens to Brock Hardy, his loss in the duel to Bo Bartlett.
And then Bo again at Big Tens.
Right. I mean, this is true.
It just didn't feel like the same guy. It did feel like, and maybe his competition stepped up. And you know what? It's hard to compare that, I guess. Maybe. Or I'm bad at it.
He went ultimate Junkyard Dog in a tougher weight than 165. We can all agree, right? That 141 is come on.
141 tougher, sure. Would I say that he went Junkyard Dog to win that?
He went down 5-0 against Brock and then stormed back to win what? How bad did he win?
Like 5, I think. It was like 11-6 or something. No, maybe.
Yeah, it was something. I thought it was like
Hardy?
13-6.
Against Hardy?
Yeah, whatever the finals.
Oh, he
was.
gave up a
Hold on,
takedown at the end.
I got it right here.
It was like 13, or maybe it was like 11-9.
He
gave up
that
just
takedown at the
time.
end.
I feel like it wasn't that high scoring, but maybe it was.
I mean, there was takedown near fall for both of them in the first period, wasn't there?
12-6.
Well,
12-6.
12-6?
That's what I have written down, at least. So
He did. I think he gave up a takedown at the end.
Might have been
Hold on.
12-9.
Let me check.
But ultimately, it's 2-1. So
Yeah.
obviously, you got to give it to Messenbrink. I mean, I tried.
I think that's you're bringing up good points, but I'm going to give this to Messenbrink just because the competition didn't want to wrestle him. Regardless of the quality of the competition, there was one person that really did their best to stand up to it, and everybody else was like, "I'm good." That's how I see it.
I just think that's more of a technique, pace thing than a bruiser thing.
Okay. We're gonna pause real quick, ladies and gentlemen. We're back. No more headphones for Ryan. They are not working.
Something's
Ryan, we're giving it to Messenbrink. We're moving on. But hey, do you think it was Mendez or anybody else?
Why your technology is failing, Ryan?
up yours. That's why.
Because you're a liar.
So are you. You wanted me to say something that I didn't feel was true just to get you to come do this podcast tonight.
That does not make me a liar. That makes me what's the
No,
word?
you're trying to make me a liar. You were trying to make me a liar.
You could have just said no, and I would have came up. You know,
No, you would not. No, don't believe that.
Came up.
Don't
I
believe
would have came up.
You think I really would have not done it?
Dude,
Not done the podcast?
I wouldn't totally put it past you, but I think we would have had to upset you to do that also.
I've never done that before, so I've never just outright been like, oh no, psych, not doing it. When have I done that? When have I done that?
I think there was one time where you wanted to watch the Chiefs game where we didn't record a podcast because of that.
No, we ended up. I was up here, and
we ended up doing it.
We did it? Okay, yeah. Never mind. All right, next award is the Breakout Performer Award, and this this goes to the wrestler who exceeded expectations this year, from a nobody who popped onto the scene to a high-level recruit who exceeded even those expectations. Our nominees are Cam Steed, Chris Minto, Max McAnally. That's it.
Is there
You
something?
gotta get at least 4 in there. I mean, I know I didn't
Well, here's the problem. Breakout Performer and one of the upcoming awards, Freshman of the Year, kind of have some overlap.
Yeah, we may have too many awards.
We condensed it from last year. So
We did what?
we condensed it from last year.
Man. What did we get rid of again?
The 11th Man. And I think one more.
Wait, which one is this? Breakout Performer of the Year?
Breakout Performer of the Year.
But Cam Steed's not a freshman.
No, but Minto and McAnally are.
What about Barraclaw?
Yeah.
Could you nominate him for this award as well?
I think
I mean,
your 4.
he's no less of a breakout than Max McAnally.
No, McAnally I think is I think people knew about McAnally, but also there was just so much talk about Keckeisen and Starachi at the weight that there just wasn't as much acknowledgement.
Didn't think he'd be
What about Sheldon Seymour?
Sheldon Seymour.
Beating Lightning Luke. Or like Zan Fugit or Gavin Drexler.
Well,
yeah, just has, for me, he had too many losses.
But you gotta give the weight to you gotta make the tournament hold.
Are you saying all that matters is March, Reese?
I am.
You doing that?
In a lot
you
of ways,
pulling that card?
I'm saying a lot of it matters.
For the Seshys.
March matters.
I'm trying to make the rest of the season matter, Reese.
Yeah, but it does matter, but just not nearly as much as March. I think that's pretty. I think.
Well, my vote goes to Max.
Mine goes to Minto.
Minto.
Yeah, I think Minto is just. I mean, the people weren't even talking about him starting. He wasn't a starter at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, I didn't.
And then he takes 4th. He took 4th at NCAAs.
What place?
And I'm
not mad at Minto. I just are mad about the Minto pick. Trust me. I mean, friends with his brother Basil, and I'm glad he did well. I thought McAnally deserved a Seshie, and he's just not going to get one now.
He's not going to get one? Not at all. He could get Freshman of the Year, right? He's in there, right? He's
nominated. We'll get there.
He's nominated, but there's one clear choice for me.
I'll explain why there's some. We'll get there. Yeah, I think. Hang on, Basil. Explain that to me.
His name's Basil, like Vegeta.
Basil, Christian, and Christopher, or Tofi.
Okay. So, well, crap. Wait, which one is this one? Chris. Which one is Chris?
Tofi, the youngest.
Chris Topher.
Yeah.
And then there's Christian, he went to JUCO, right?
Yeah, he was also NIAC, and then went to UNI. Basil and Christian both went to NIAC, and then both went to UNI.
So there's a Christian.
Basil's my age, though. Basil. I can't remember if he graduated in my class or 2010, but Basil's my age.
Okay.
So they went Basil, Christopher, and then Christian.
Nope.
Christian, Christopher.
Yes.
Basil, Christian, Christopher.
Yes.
Interesting.
Dude, the double Chris Minto is just demented.
Demented.
What about the double Ed Ruths?
And just the third one named Basil.
That's way worse.
Dude, you said Basil, and I was like, is he playing a joke on me?
The Edmund and Edward, come on.
Yeah, that's crazy, for sure.
I know. But you also have Albert, Anthony, and Angelo. Ferrari.
That's fine.
Well, do they all have J middle names?
Well, the J is Junior.
Oh, is it?
I would assume so. That's what most J's are when people say like AJ, DJ, CJ.
I didn't know
It
that.
could be like just a J middle name.
No,
like
you're
Jane.
right, but I think there's a lot of juniors out
Our
there that do
cousin
that.
is not. It's not how our cousin is.
No, you're right.
Yeah, Ashton Jane, not Ashton Jr. Dumbass.
Idiot. Girls can't be juniors. Duh.
They can. I mean, no, they can't, but they can.
Why do we do that? Anyway, Breakout
You know
Performer
why.
Chris
You know
Minto
Gilmore Girls.
going once, going twice. Sold to the freshman
okay.
from Nebraska,
All right.
native of
Actually,
Florida.
Can we? Oh my goodness.
What?
Nothing. Never mind. Forget it.
Did we mess up?
That did not sound good. I'm not going to lie to you.
What didn't sound good?
You just did it going once, going twice, sold about a black kid, guys. All right.
Oh my God, Ryan!
Dude, I'm just being honest. Like I heard that.
Never even thought about
my
that.
God,
Never
dude.
even thought, dude. Come on, you can't do
Yeah,
that.
but people
You can't-
would. Are you telling
Ryan.
me you're telling me people wouldn't think that?
All right. Moving on.
We're gonna get out of here. We're gonna take a step into the next room. Coach of the year, and we got 4 fine candidates here. First, David Taylor. Second, Mark Manning. Not in any particular order. Doug Schwab, Cale Sanderson.
Oh.
Those are your 4 candidates.
Why did you put David Taylor and Cale Sanderson on opposite ends of the list, Sammy?
Because
Are you trying to keep
it's more
as
like
much
a
distance
it's more
between
like
them
a
as possible?
circle. It's more like a circle. So like they'll meet each other around.
You didn't even put
again.
Mark Manning in the nominees.
He said Mark Manning.
I said Mark Manning second.
I don't buy it.
He said David Taylor, Mark Manning, Doug Schwab, Cale Sanderson.
Yes, those were the 4, and there's reasonable consideration for all of them.
What about I would like to throw Eggum's name in
Nope.
that. Why?
No.
Top 5 finish. It's been a while.
Shmee. Maybe. I don't know.
Were they 5th or were they? I thought Ohio
They
State
tied
was
for
5th.
They tied for 5th.
Oh, they tied. That's right. Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah, but one of them had a national champ, so that one gets criteria.
All right.
So.
And he also won Junkyard Dog of the Year. Seshys.
Last year.
Pretty crazy.
Last year.
Last year.
This year was Messenbrink race. Okay, so David Taylor, the consideration here is it's his first year. He had 1 loss in his dual record
I've never
this
been
year.
on the losing end of these nominations, and I don't like it.
He won the CKLV.
You guys both lost Rocco Welsh freshman of the year last year, and I've beat you both.
He won the Big 12 championships, and he took 3rd at NCAAs, all in his first year of coaching.
Who?
Pretty good.
David Taylor?
This is all David Taylor.
And he coached a dude to beat one of the most legendary heavyweights of all time.
He had 2 guys he had the Hodge winner. He coached the Hodge winner. He coached a guy who beat 2 returning national champs.
They both beat 2 returning national champs.
Right. So there's a lot to consider there, but also Mark Manning had 8 All-Americans from 8 different states this year and took 2nd place when nobody saw it coming. But he lost to Northern Iowa.
With only one transfer.
With 1 transfer, and
his
name was Caleb Smith. I couldn't remember who it was.
Yep, no, you're right, Sammy.
So Mark Manning, I wouldn't count out Doug Schwab, the little engine that could, and they did a lot. They looked pretty good this year. As a matter of fact, they beat Nebraska in a duel this year, took 2nd place at Big 12s, had a 9th place finish at NCAAs, so didn't finish as strong as they could have. But, I mean, great season for the Panthers. Great season. And then Cale Sanderson, for the 2nd year in a row, broke the NCAA scoring record, had a 5-time national champ on his team, and put 10 in the top 6 at NCAAs.
Oh, dang. I'm giving it to Cale. I was sold on David Taylor, and now I'm on
sold
Cale.
On David Taylor. Uh-oh. Who are you picking, Sammy?
No, I did all the talking. Go ahead.
Who are you going to pick? I want to know.
I want to hear from you first.
Who do you think I'm going to pick?
I think you're going to pick Mark Manning.
Yeah, I already made that clear.
Dude, I don't know. So if we want to talk about of the year, then I think we have to rule out Mark Manning. And I think we have to, because he didn't have a great year. He had a phenomenal NCAA
He didn't
tournament.
have a great. What do you mean he didn't? Did Doug Schwab really have a great year then? If he
No.
didn't
So
perform at the end of the,
I would put uh I would put Mark Manning ahead of Doug Schwab on this list. I'm kind of caught between David Taylor and Cale Sanderson. Because it's a phenomenal first year for David Taylor.
yeah, I don't know.
But
he did it with a lot of
transfers. Did it with a lot of transfers.
7 seniors.
7 seniors. He's going to have to fully reload that pistol this upcoming season. Yeah, I hear you, and I understand that this is not an easy choice to make. I think all 4 of these guys are very deserving. I don't know who to give this to. I really don't.
Honestly, I would either do Cale or Manning at this point.
I mean, Manning, if there was NCAA hands out like a tournament coach, right? Like an NCAA coach award or something like that. I feel like that's a thing. And Manning would 100% deserve that. He had the best tournament.
But
he had like the best seed place difference.
Neither here nor there.
I know. Well, but it does factor in because the way you finish March does matter. But does it matter that much? Because he didn't win CKLV like he normally does. Mark Manning didn't, and he lost to Northern Iowa in the dual season. And I mean, Big Tens. He had a good Big Tens.
If they would have beat Iowa, Reese, I'd be more willing to join your side.
Yeah, but also David
So who are
Taylor
you gonna
lost to
pick, Sammy?
Iowa.
Yeah,
Dude.
David Taylor also lost.
I know.
to Iowa.
I know.
I want to know. So you're picking Cale, right?
I'm picking Cale Sanderson.
That's who I'm like. Mark or Cale is what I would.
I think it's got to go to Cale.
All right.
I think it's got to go to Cale. Cale Sanderson, you're never going to reach out to us. But we have a T-shirt ready for you. It's in your size. I think you're an XL.
He might be a 2X.
Maybe.
Pretty large man.
You're probably big dude. You're a tower of a man.
You are.
What kind of candy do you like, Cale?
He looks like a Cadbury egg kind of guy.
I feel like like bit of honey or like saltwater taffy.
Damn, really?
Just something very low key. Nothing hard. No warheads.
A Werther's original, maybe.
You don't think he thinks he likes a ring
now
pop?
and laters.
I think he'd eat a ring pop.
Dude.
One of those quick pops.
If I saw Cale
What about those little baby like baby bottles?
Baby bottle pop.
Baby bottle pop.
Baby bottle pop. Baby bottle pop.
Yeah.
No way. Absolutely not.
I talked to Mom into letting me get one of those one time, and man, she regretted it.
I mean, they're awful.
I just made a mess. I just made a huge mess. It was sticky and yeah.
All right. Let's
David
move on
Taylor,
to our
Cale Sanderson. I mean,
Cale Sanderson.
it's hard not to. I mean, especially I mean, we didn't give it to him last year.
That backside, the way they just torched everybody on the backside was crazy.
8 guys in the top 3.
Yeah, 8 guys in the top 3. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, we gave it to Neil Arisman last year.
Yeah.
Cale Sanderson was nominated though.
Oh, I figured he. I mean, he broke the scoring record, and then he re-broke it again. So it's like, all right, it's got to be him. It's got to be him.
That's crazy.
He broke his own scoring record, and some people still considered it like not a bad tournament, but a down tournament for them.
It's because of how the semis went. I swear to you.
Well, not just the semis, the quarters too. The semis and quarters.
Yeah, it's the that day too.
Those fucking pins, man.
K-Sack and Haynes losses. Those were all kinds of like people were like, what?
Yeah, right. The K-Sack one was especially weird.
Super bizarre. All righty then. Penultimate award for the Seshys this year is the Freshman of the Year award, and there's not much to explain here. Who was the Freshman of the Year? Our nominees are Vince Robinson, Max McAnally, Josh Barr, and Ethan Stiles.
Oh, we could have definitely put Ethan Stiles in Breakout Performer of the Year.
Yeah, we could have. We definitely could have.
But we didn't.
But we didn't.
Right
So
now.
here he is.
Well,
There's
my vote
so
is,
yeah.
Max McAnally.
it is.
No, it's not.
It's Vince.
It's Vince.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I think the clear pecking order is Vince, then Barr, then McAnally, and then Stiles.
Yeah.
Feels like
That's
Vince
just because of tournament performance.
because of that March performance. So it does matter. A lot.
Last year, you guys.
My vote goes to Josh Barr. There you go.
I'm going Vince, the natty champ.
Yeah.
Vince Robinson.
The natty.
Yeah. All right, Vince. Illinois native.
Yes.
You are a Freshman of the Year award.
You win.
I only know that because I remember watching him and Sergio Lemley wrestle in the state finals. That was a good match.
Him and Webster used to wrestle all the time too.
The first time I ever watched Vince Robinson was when he hit the wrist snap on Dean Peterson at Fargo.
Yes, I do remember that.
I was like, this dude is dangerous. He could go all the way. And then he ran into Drake Ayala in the semis, and I think semis or quarters, can't remember, and Drake torched him.
Yeah, and I think Sergio wrestled Drake in the finals and got torched.
Yeah, Drake was on fire that year.
All right, time for the final award for this season. We are down to the one that makes the most sense. It's the Wrestler of the Year. And here are your 5 nominees. Carter Starachi, Mitchell Mesenbrink, Wyatt Hendrickson, Dean Hamady, and Stephen Buchanan. You'll notice a common trend with these 5. They're all national champs, with a total of 2 losses combined between all 5 wrestlers.
Very nice. So the guys that have losses, they're out.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I might consider Hamady over Mesenbrink, maybe, just because of the competition.
I would.
But it's got to go to Carter.
5-time champ, one and only.
5-time champ. He didn't get the Hodge, but he does get the Barn Session Wrestler of the Year award.
Hey,
So Carter, I hope it's at least a little bit of a consolation because look, I didn't vote for you. I voted for Wyatt Hendrickson for Hodge. So
did
I used my Hodge vote for that also.
My fan vote. My fan vote. I don't have a media vote, not yet.
But we all voted for you for Barn Session Wrestler of the Year.
So hey, man.
Even though we really wanted you to lose to Parker Keckeisen, we will give you your flowers.
Sammy Reese just outed us like that.
Well, no, hang on. We outed ourselves. We outed ourselves when we talked about our brackets. Yeah.
All season we were like,
when Parker gets his hands on him. But no, Carter, your reattacks are just too good. Okay.
He almost wasn't able to get his hands on him. It was almost maybe Max McAnally.
Oh yeah, dude. Max 184 is going to be so much fun next year. This should be a great transition. 184 is going to be the weight of the year next year. I think with Zack Ryder, Max McAnally, Angelo Ferrari, Rocco Welsh, and everybody else. I don't know who else it's going to be.
It's going to be Isaac Dean that wins it.
Isaac Dean, he's in the portal, right?
No, he already picked the home. Iowa State.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Iowa State, they always pick up, they like just keep picking up 184 transfers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who
was the first one? What was his name?
It was the dude who was an All-American for
Feldkamp.
Yeah, Bill Feldkamp. Yeah.
Feldkamp. Who did he AA for?
Clarion?
Was it Clarion?
Will Feldkamp.
That sounds right, but I feel like it wasn't.
Well, I have to log in to tell you. Don't you love that? Don't you have having to log in to WrestleStat? Isn't that your favorite thing to do?
Every time. And every 3 minutes or whatever.
I don't understand why they just don't have. It's fine. It's okay. Everything's fine.
They're working on it.
So he was at Northern Illinois for 4 years, and then Clarion for 2, and then Iowa State. What?
Oh, that's right. That's right.
That's
I was like, he had a
insane.
weird road. That's right. That's right.
Dude, these are his season records: 3-1, 13-10, 1-1, 5-2, 18-6, 29-5, 7th place, 14-11, round of 16. Crazy.
What a dog.
Road dog.
Yeah. And then there's the other, the other big
Bachman?
portal news.
Oh. AJ Ferrari.
AJ Ferrari.
AJ Ferrari is going to the University of North Carolina. And it is funny. Yeah, he tricked you. So Ryan texted me this morning while FRL was going on. He said, AJ Ferrari just said he's going to Penn State. And I spit out my water and said, absolutely not. There's simply no way.
Well, did you go watch the clip?
What?
Did you go watch the clip?
Yeah, and then he's like, well, guys, are you seriously, you think I'm going to go to Penn State? No, I'm going to go to Iowa, and I'm going to go wrestle with my brother. Like, we're going to go back-to-back. We're going to be national champs. And I was like, okay, that seems more realistic. And then the guys on Flow were like, where are you going? And he's like, I'm going to UNC. And then reportedly,
he was trolling CP, in my opinion.
It was kind of funny. The deal that he got is and I quote, worth more than $1 million, which just sounds like it's just riddled with Rob Cole speak of the opportunity that I'm providing you with this campus, it's priceless. I mean, it's worth more than $1 million. That's just what it sounds like. I don't think because there's simply no way he's getting $1 million. There's no way.
Why not?
Well, he's not getting $1 million, but maybe in goods, it's all worth more than $1 million.
That's crazy.
Maybe they're paying for a nice house, a nice car, and some cash.
And I guess, I don't know. You can't keep around Lachlan McNeil.
But also, I don't believe him. Not even for a second. The dude is deceitful. I mean, he wasn't. He put out that list of 8 schools, and at least 3 of them never contacted him.
I mean, yeah, there were multiple people that tweeted from all of those institutions, from Iowa, Oklahoma State, and Penn State. They were like, "No, he was never here. He won't be coming here. We will not take him." And part of me was like, "It's not really up to you, Mr. Twitter fan account, if the coaches accept him." But I know the coaches.
Those are coaches. Won't. Those are coaches' burner accounts. Okay.
Really?
I don't know. Might be.
Does Tom Brands know how to use Twitter?
Maybe he's learned, and he doesn't want people to know.
Okay. Yeah, the portal has been absolutely insane. I've had a picture queued up to send for the day when there isn't some portal news, and there hasn't been any. Or there's always been some portal news. There hasn't been a down day yet. Something has always been happening.
May 3rd, that'll be a down day.
That's the day after, isn't it? But I mean, that's the May 2nd is the last day for people to enter the portal.
Oh yeah,
that's so you can transfer throughout the summer.
You can. You don't even. I mean, you don't even really need to be in the portal to transfer. We figured that out.
No, you can just go enroll at a different school.
As long as you don't tell the coaches you're coming.
Right.
Show up on campus. It's all illegal.
Hey, I never told the coach I was going to his school, but I did tell him that I was leaving the other school.
I just showed up here. I just showed up to Iowa, and they gave me a bag of cash.
Just showed up, and there's a briefcase full of money on my front porch at this house that I didn't own until I got here. Super strange.
Yep.
Yeah, the portal's crazy.
And here's the other thing with AJ Ferrari, and why I'm like, it feels a little foolish for a guy like Rob Cole to take a chance on him. He's going back in the portal after this year.
Is he going to go 4x4?
He's going to go 4x4. He's going to try to go to a Big Ten school, collect a different conference championship.
He's going to just like Thanos.
But also, I do not think he's going to have. I only think he's going to have. I guess it would be 4 for 4 still. Yeah. Shit.
Yeah,
Can't go.
because he
You
won.
can't get a fifth. You can't get a fifth.
Wait, he didn't win Big 12s, did he? I
Yeah, he did.
thought he lost to Noah Adams.
I thought Noah Adams beat him in the duel.
Maybe.
Brother, he was the one
sure.
seed, wasn't he?
Pretty sure
I
it
think
was
you're.
cool.
I think you're right. But I'm going to confirm. I think.
I do think he was
No need to
trolling CP
confirm.
hard.
Dual
this morning.
confirmed. Yes. Oh no, Cowboy Challenge tournament.
That's what it was.
Yep.
That's what I said.
And I just remember when he said, "Oh, I'm going to Penn State and I'm wrestling heavyweight." I just remember him, like this face, this look he had on his face when CP was like, "I am 100%." He's like, "Are you shocked?" And CP's like, "I am 100% shocked." Oh, is that crazy? Just the way he was saying it, I was just like, "This man is totally trolling CP right now."
Yeah, I don't know.
You know, there was a while where he called him Christina Piles.
Yes, I remember. And they had their moment where they squashed the beef, and that's good for them.
Because I don't remember it happening.
It was basically at the Pac-12s, I think, this year. It's like where they had their first interview, I think. Okay. I want to say.
I don't know.
It's correct.
Yeah.
The brain says it's correct.
I don't pay very much attention.
Yeah, so
He did today.
So AJ might be at North Carolina for 1 year. He might be there for 2 years. We might not even see him next season, dude. You really don't know. Like,
I never know. Wild card, bitches.
Pretty much, he pretty much is the wild card of NCAA wrestling, and so is the transfer portal. Because, all right, actually, yeah. So let's talk about this. One thing that has been very absent from this offseason, almost entirely, aside from one little bit, there have been no coaching changes, at least no loud coaching changes. What's up with that? No coaches retiring, none getting laid off. So I think I heard from Willie.
Who would it be?
About why. Who would what be?
Who would be on the hot seat?
Before the
Brand.
NCAA tournament.
Before, during,
Brands.
after? I don't care. I mean, who's in the hot seat?
No, I mean, before the NCAA tournament, I would have probably said Bono. But he got a 65-pounder on there that nobody heard about until Big Tens.
Can do as bad as he wants. He will never be in the hot seat, obviously.
You think so?
The rumor is
Wisconsin doesn't care.
But not
That's
enough.
tragic.
Not enough to keep him from cutting his scholarships down from 9.9 to 5.5. Apparently.
Is that confirmed?
I've got a pretty good source.
I know. I feel like we would have heard from other people too if that was the case. But maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's one of those quiet things.
Maybe
I don't know.
Maybe it's not happening. That would be awesome if they decided to not reduce the amount of scholarships. Because, I mean, dude, you're going to give a struggling program, which they are. They're struggling. They've been struggling for the past 2 seasons. A struggling program. You're going to cut their scholarships in half?
Right.
And you're you're in the Big Ten, the most competitive conference in college wrestling. Like, yeah, you're giving Wisconsin wrestling program the death sentence, essentially.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess maybe there isn't necessarily anybody who is very obviously on the hot seat, but you would have just thought that there'd be something.
Wait. I have a correction.
Okay.
Roger Reyna retired. Matt Valenti is the new head coach.
That's true. But they laid that out all before, so that's why it went under the radar for me.
I just remember seeing it the other day.
Yeah, what's his name? Matt.
Roger Reyna is no longer the Roger Reyna head coach of Penn Wrestling. Now the Roger Reyna head coach of Penn Wrestling is Matt Valenti.
Yeah. So interesting. Interesting how they do that.
What about the Michigan State coach?
What's his name? I see it on the wall.
Anyway.
I should know this. Hang on.
Come on, Sam.
Yes, Roger Chandler. He's an IU guy. He's an IU wrestler. I mean, yeah, because I think they were him and Storniolo. Storniolo had a 4th place finisher. God damn,
Yeah,
dude.
Trevor Tremblay, a 20 seed.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah, and they are also limited with their resources,
What do you mean?
aren't they? Isn't that a thing?
What do you mean?
They're 9.9. I'm pretty sure.
I think they're a private school.
Northwestern, are they?
Maybe.
What was it? I think they had a roster. Well, maybe this was before the whole roster cap thing, but didn't they have a roster cap like that was, lower than most other schools?
I
Not sure.
remember hearing some. This sounds familiar. This is like ringing a bell, but I can't. Yeah.
Northwestern is a private school. Let's look up Northwestern roster cap.
This is why we need a Jamie.
Northwestern. No, I'm not getting anything here.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. What have you been hearing?
No, I mean I haven't been hearing anything except for this whole situation with Thomas Gilman, which apparently he wants to continue competing, and so he is going to leave the Oklahoma State coaching staff and go train at the Nittany Lion Wrestling Club.
And there are a lot of people out there that are like, "Oh, it's Cale Sanderson, David Taylor, that war with each other. This is Cale trying to weaken David Taylor's forces and take one of his commanders and blah blah blah." I'm just like, or this is Thomas Gilman who just wants to keep competing.
But also, I kind of love it. I love the narrative because it's a great storyline to follow. Is it all entirely true? No, not necessarily.
Yeah,
because do we really know why?
There's like love lost between them, and I'm like, dude, what?
No, dude, I would assume that Cale Sanderson loves it.
I think they both do.
Yeah, I would assume that Cale Sanderson loves it, but it's also kind of forcing him to step up his game a little bit. Because dude, in the span of a month, or not even a month, 2 or 3 weeks, Cale Sanderson got Ono to wrestle for Penn State. He flipped Jaden James' commitment, and he got returning national finalist Rocco Welsh to transfer from Ohio State.
Yeah, but how much of that is actually Cale? I think the Ono deal was Cale. Yeah, we want you here, but I don't know about Jaden James and Rocco Welsh. I don't know how much that had to do with them.
But also,
and Co.
I don't know. You're not just gonna. He's gonna put in some level of effort to be like, yeah, we would love to have you here.
My point is we talked about this before. I don't think he reached out to Rocco Welsh. I don't think he reached out to Jaden James. I think these dudes were like, you know what, this is where I want to be because I feel like it's going to give me the best chance to win. And Cale Sanderson's not going to turn you down.
I was going to say, because I did think about this because we were talking about Cale and having an open door policy and all that. There are at least a short list of names that he would probably not accept. I don't know about ongoing athletes, except for probably AJ Ferrari. But yeah. So I don't know, but it's interesting. The timing is interesting. That's really all it is. Is the timing is interesting, and I think that's the part that makes the storyline as compelling as it is. Because I mean, Zach Ryder really had opportunities to go to plenty of other schools. He could have gone to Ohio State. He could have looked at wrestling for Cornell next year, which is that's got a lot more hoops to jump through. But he said, no, I want to go to Oklahoma State. And so there's 2 camps being formed very clearly. Kind of 3. Iowa is not out of play. They're not. It's tougher for them, but yeah, I mean, these 3 big schools, it kind of does feel like Ohio State, Michigan, NC State,
Michigan's been very
Cornell.
quiet
These schools are
lately.
getting shoved out. Who has?
Michigan, they've been quiet this year with portal.
Yeah. They got Tay. That was really it. But it feels like aside from these three big schools, everybody's getting pushed out a little bit. So we will continue to monitor and update accordingly with whatever else happens. But for now, I think that's it. We have lost Reese. Ryan is fading, and I am fading
You
as
lost
well.
me?
I'm not fading. Sorry, I was reading something.
I'm gone?
No, Reese, you're here.
Oh. What do you mean then?
I mean, are you here? Are you with us?
I was with you, yeah.
Okay.
He's always with us.
Do you have any thoughts? Any prayers?
I think Michigan is not really getting any, or not making a lot of noise in the portal because it hasn't really worked out very well for them in the last few years.
Yeah. So they
And
got
Ohio State, I have no idea. It seems like Ohio State just for some reason can't get the top level guys in the portal to go, and they can't even keep their own guys in.
dude, that is so interesting to me.
Yeah, because they shouldn't have any kind of shortage of money.
Like, I don't know. I guess maybe it's my perspective of I didn't really bother not being away from home. But yeah, just the whole wanting to be closer to home thing was interesting to me for Rocco.
He's 7 minutes closer at Ohio State. Someone did the math.
Wait, yeah, doesn't he live in the Whippeal?
Yeah.
Nice.
Wentzville,
Nice.
Pennsylvania? Is that no? That's not what it is. What was it? It was starts with a W.
Oh, I don't know. Come on, load for me, roster. I don't know. Waynesburg. That's right. Dude, he's got terrifying eyes. Scary eyes.
Talking
Okay.
about Rocco Welch's eyes.
Yeah. You guys want to wrap it up and get out of here or what?
Oh yeah, I was hoping was going to be able to find some portal news on here, but I'm not seeing anything.
Like current right now ongoing portal news?
If anything happened while we were.
No, but Willie is saying Penn State is the best program in the country. It's not close. Nebraska is the second best program in the country, and it's not close.
I know,
If
and then
any
he
brain
said,
dead
anyone
college
want-
wrestling fans want to debate me on this, and most of you are full scale homers and or noobs, I'll do a live call. I'll do a live call in show whenever you want.
Does that tweet trigger you, Sammy?
MF or bring it on. Reese, it should trigger you, Mr. Brain.
It doesn't trigger me one bit.
Or does the
'cause
brain
I
brain
have
condones?
full confidence. I am fully secure in my status as the true brain.
Do you agree with him?
He said he's the biggest brain,
yes, I do,
not
actually.
the greatest brain. Not that he has the smart. He just has the biggest. And you
The
can
bigger-
have the biggest brain, but it's just full of nothing.
The bigger the better, really.
All right. Next time you want to do a podcast, we'll see how that one goes.
Well, Friday. We have to adhere to the schedule now, Reese.
Oh, do we now?
Are we on Friday?
Interesting.
Mondays, Fridays.
Well, are we? Do we have a? We'll
I
see
already
if we
told
have a
you. I
reason
already
to go on
told
Friday.
you my Friday's situation.
I know you did. I was just saying, just it's better to do it I don't know. Tuesdays and Thursdays feels too close, especially with the end of the season. With it being,
We'll see.
Mondays and Fridays, there's a lot
We'll
more.
see. We're gonna have some. Look, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna have some guests. We're gonna have some guests. Okay, and so when
We also got some more lineup talk coming next next show. I've been working on it. We got some more lineups for you guys.
keep lining them up, brother. Keep lining them up.
What do you
All
guys
right.
think? What
You know what we
lineups
should do?
would you two like to see?
What lineups?
Mhm.
Only the best.
Well, okay,
Yeah, the
stop
best and the brightest.
We've already done.
But I think we should do.
What?
We should start doing some tier/rankings. Maybe not on podcast.
No,
Or we
maybe.
could do it on the podcast.
I like that idea, Reese. We'll talk about it.
Ranking?
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're still around and you want to hear us do rankings or tier listing of any kind, let us know in the comments.
I like the
Tell
tiers.
us about it.
I like tiers.
I like Ryan Tears. Shout out to Ryan Tears.
Shout out Ryan Tiers.
Everybody, if you're still around, I hope you have a good rest of your day. And for
Evening.
For Ryan Coakley and Reese Coakley, I'm Sammy Coakley. This has been the Barn Session.
I'm the
Have
brain.
a good time.
And I'm